because now we are ending the Sabbath. The sun has almost gone down. We are in question 2. I'm going to try to answer the question 2. Okay, you can answer the question. You can ask the question so that we will.
Was the Sabbath meant for Adventists alone?
The Sabbath simply means a rest. So, for instance, if it was meant for the Adventists alone, it means that it's only Adventists who should rest. But that's not the case. All human beings need the rest. After hard work, after hard job, we actually need a rest. So every human being need a rest so that the body may relax, so that you may continue with the work. For instance, if you're working in a day, you can't work 24/7. At some place you will stop and eat and relax. At night you will sleep so that you may rest. So rest is something meant for all humanity. But now when it comes to the context of now the Sabbath, whether the Sabbath was meant for Adventists alone as a day of rest. If we look at the book of Luke, Mark 2 verse 27, actually the Bible says the Sabbath was made for man, not man for Sabbath. So a man, a human being, the Sabbath actually was made for human being so that it may help them. If you read the book of Exodus 20 verse 8, the Bible begins by explaining to us that 6 days we shall do labor, but the 7th day we shall rest. So which means God gave us 6 days to do labor, but God also wants us to rest. The reason why God is giving us a rest is because it's not because of our hard labor that give us maybe food on the table or give us an income, but actually God used this as means to train us, but actually is the overall provider. He wants us to make an effort, even though He's providing, but God wants us to make an effort. So by saying that we should do work 6 days and the 7th day we should rest, actually we should rest believing that it's only God who provides for us our daily need. Even though we use an energy that God provides, but actually it's the ultimate provider. Remember, God is the author of everything, is the owner of everything, including us. He owns us. So Sabbath was not meant for Adventists only, but Sabbath was meant for the all humanity. Remember, it was the breaking of the law that has led all the humanity here. And continual breaking of law may result that some of us perhaps may be lost. When God says that we should remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, actually God wants us to acknowledge He is the ultimate provider. We can work 24/7, 7 days, but we can get nothing. For instance, the disciples, when they went to fish in the lake, actually they were telling Christ, we've worked all night. So it means we can work by our own might, by our own skills, but God actually is the one providing. When Christ told them that now cast your net on the right side of the lake, actually they caught fish. So what it means, it's not our hard labor that give us what we earn, but God provide for us through that hard labor. We may work the entire day, the entire night, but we can cut nothing. So Sabbath simply was given to all humanity. Number one, Sabbath is a symbol of redemption. All humanity, the redemption we were given, there was a plan of redemption, not for the specific people, but for the entire humanity. So Sabbath is a symbol of redemption. Sabbath is a symbol that God and us, we are in agreement. We are in agreement of whom we give our allegiance to. Sabbath points towards whom do we give our allegiance. So number one, Sabbath is a symbol of redemption. Number two, Sabbath actually it reminds us that there's a day that God created everything, including human being, on the sixth day. And number three, Sabbath actually is a sign. It's a sign between us and God. So these are major things that I can say about the Sabbath. So it is not only for a specific people, but God wants that the Sabbath may be a sign to all humanity, because we believe that all human beings were created by God. So God gave us the Sabbath so that we may know that it is Him that has created us, that human being never evolved. We never came from the apes, we never came from whichever way. There was no nebula passing star theory. So here, God has given us the Sabbath so that we may know that actually He's the one who created us. He's a sign between us and Him, so that we may know He's our Redeemer, He's our God, and also that we may reflect. It's a day of reflection on the creation of God. So I may echo a few points in regard to your question. So in conclusion, the Sabbath is not for Adventists only. The Sabbath is for the entire humanity. Why? Book of Mark 2 verse 27 says, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So all human beings, the Sabbath was made for all human beings. The Sabbath is a symbol of redemption. For all human beings must keep the Sabbath. But why are the Adventists on the forefront? Remember, the term Seventh-day Adventist actually means the seventh day is a commandment. And Adventists, actually these are people who are waiting for the second coming of Christ. So these are people who are claiming to the entire world that actually there is a law that people are forgetting about. As we continue waiting for the coming of Christ, you should not forget about this law. Actually, this means these are people who are keeping the fourth commandment as they wait for the coming of Jesus Christ. Why are they keeping for the fourth commandment? It has been neglected. So they are trying to